Welcome back, Power Pellet Podcast, episode number 9. Today is June 26th, Thursday, 2014. This is your co-host, DaVinci. I'm here with Kimbo Merc. What up?
What's up, brother? What's up? This is the All Brother episode. Let's do it, man. I'm kind of hype about this episode, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get an official intro. Go ahead and introduce our guest today.
Hey, okay, I have known him the longest, so I guess I should do this. Today on the show, we have the infamous Triggarik. Y'all have heard us talk about Triggarik in the past, not in a good way. If you've heard the show. Yeah. But now Triggarik is here with us today. I'm very excited to have him on the show. Trigger, what's in your system, brother?
Go ahead, Triggarik. What's in my system? Right now, I am rocking that Watch Dogs. Been playing that since it came out late last month.
What you think about it?
Running pretty well. I ran through the campaign, and I enjoyed it. The story was good. Now I'm still rocking the multiplayer a little bit, and going back and doing all the side missions, which has been fun.
So you finished that entire campaign? You did all the missions and everything?
I finished the campaign. I did all the campaign missions. So now I'm just going back and doing all the side missions that would pop up. You know, if anyone's familiar with the game, as you would hack NPCs.
Spoiler alert.
There you go. As you would hack NPCs, they would give up certain information that opened up certain parts of the map and gameplay to you for you to do, of course, at your leisure.
Was it? So do you feel like the campaign was fulfilling? Was it worth it?
Yeah, I enjoyed the campaign. It was worth it.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. What's in your system? Merc, what you got?
Man, I sat here, man. I have been playing that Hitman Absolution, right?
Yeah. Recap from last week.
All right, so, I was loving it after a while, But here's the problem, man. I'm playing it, and whenever I decide to start playing, my son started playing it too, right? So I come downstairs Saturday morning, and he at the end of the game, man.
Oh, you're done. Just sit there and watch it. Ain't no need to keep playing at that point.
That's exactly what I did. I sat there and watched him go through about 3 levels and end the game, roll the credits. Now, anybody that's played Hitman, Hitman is a stealth game. But they set it up this time where you don't get penalized, for playing it just kind of Rambo-ish.
Right. I could play and have a good time. I could run a gun.
Let me tell you something, man. I was sitting there watching him. He didn't try to kneel, duck, hide. He simply had a shotgun and mowed down every person and just kept going. He wasn't ducking from them, shooting at them. And he did it probably in about 30 to 45 minutes, man. I'm like, this is amazing.
Was that your save?
No, it wasn't my save. No, we've given him his own name on the PlayStation. So I am still going to go back and finish it because I'm going to play it the way I play it. And what was good about this game? They made it possible for you to complete the mission in several different ways. So it's still, other than seeing the ending, it's still a lot for me to do. So I'm not going to let that ruin it. What about you, DaVinci? What's in your system, sir?
I'm done. My quest is just about complete. I'm at the last mission on Saints Row 4, so I can close that book, close that chapter, be done with the Xbox 360. I'm ready to move on, baby. I'm gonna be 2/3 next gen. I don't know if we can count the Wii U as next gen yet, but if we can, I'll be 2/3 current gen. Yeah, we current gen.
If Bayonetta 3 is only coming out on the Wii U, then you next gen because your nephew will be over here at your house spending the night trying to play Bayonetta because he loved that game.
I might be able to try to play Bayonetta. I ain't never seen, since Lara Croft, she got to be the sexiest video vixen I've seen in a long time, dog. Did you watch that?
Eyeballs crossing over while she over there switching on the screen.
Oh, my God. And the guns on her heels. Ooh, sexy. Anyway, Triggarik, it's good to have you on the show, man. We got to find out where you got your name from.
Appreciate it.
Tell us where Triggarik originated.
Years ago, the original PS2 came out when they first started letting you jump online. I started off as one of the original Dark Knights with a K. And so I'm at work and at my job, there's 1,500 people, so they call you different names in association with the area you may work in, so they know which person they're talking about. So My name is Eric with a K, and so I worked on a couple of the $20 million machines keeping those running and going as an electrician, and they used to call me Shula Rick, so they knew who they were calling on the radio, and I knew who they were calling.
Okay.
So then I decided, okay, let me change, Dark Knight, because I had to put a number on it. I didn't want to put a number on it. I wanted to be more original.
Right.
So at that time, I was only playing, shooters. I was really a shooter exclusive, player, except for some sports games, baseball, football, basketball, Madden, all, et cetera. And so I'm playing these shooters. I said, you know what? I think I like this. Squeeze the trigger. I think I was listening to Ice-T.
See? Hey, you know how many names came from rap music, dog?
Okay, they already called me Shula Rick at work, so I said, let me see how this look on paper. Wrote it down, Trigga Rick.
He's drinking that half and half. He's like,
that's what it was.
Yeah. And I liked it. I said, okay, Trigga Rick. Boom, it was ready. And I was the only Trigga Rick on PS2. And Trigga Rick on Xbox. I was on both systems. Xbox 360 carryover. Yeah, I like it. I'm still Trigga Rick.
I love it.
That's
I love it, man.
What's up? I just want to welcome you officially to the podcast. You are for today's episode, you are our official temporary co-host.
Boom.
Official. Give him the stamp. Man, you know what's cool about growing up with your brothers, man, and playing video games with them, man. I can remember
they keep bullies from beating you up.
Well, y'all were the bullies, so yeah, I didn't have to worry about bullies beating me up. I had them with me. I can remember you and our other brother going back and forth on that Nintendo baseball, man. I mean, you guys played that religiously.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Y'all had like a World Series going,
Was that baseball, like original baseball?
It's just original baseball.
Original baseball, and we loved to play downstairs. We loved playing that.
Yeah, so they would go from house to house, be in the basement, be down there all day playing that baseball, man, and hogging the Nintendo.
Yeah, I do remember playing that.
Yeah, so that's one of my earliest memories of Trigga Rick playing video games, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, Jay, let's take a break, man, and when we get back, let's get into these game announcements, some of the news and rumors that's going on.
Cool.
All right.
We'll be back. Little break. We back. Power Pellet Podcast. Kimbo Merc. I'm here with our temporary co-host officially for the episode, Trigga Rick, our older brother. Man, let's get into a little bit of news and rumors. What you got over there?
Man, I can't help but feel like you feel a little threatened by Trigga Rick's presence. You keep calling them temporary. Is there some childhood angst that's going on there? I mean, is there some tension unresolved? Did you lose to him in a Madden game?
I cannot confirm nor deny on rumors and speculation of Trigga Rick being back here for next week's episode of the podcast.
Yeah, part of that is on Trigga Rick, man. So
I crashed the show because I like the snacks in the blue room.
Yeah, no, I absolutely see Trigga Rick being featured on episodes in the future. For a while, it's going to be some transitioning going on behind the scenes.
Still in the beta.
Yeah, so. And,
always in the beta.
Beta. Officially, this is the beta.
This is the beta. So, one of the games that came out during the E3 conferences was Rainbow Six Siege. Now, for all you Rainbow Six heads or Tom Clancy heads, this isn't anything that's really new to you, but they're doing some new things in the game that I think is kind of going to bolster Rainbow Six back into the crowded first shooter market. So again, it's not nothing that's too original. Battlefield tried this first. The environment is destructible. So you can now blast through walls. You can create shooting sites for your players to blast through the walls and stuff like that. If you see the trailer, you'll know what I'm talking about. The graphics to me in the trailer I saw it was Rainbow Six. They didn't look quite next gen, but again, it's just a trailer, and I'm sure they'll improve that before they release the game. But I'm excited, man. Before Call of Duty came out, this is what everybody was playing on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if you remember that.
That was, Rainbow Six was the big game.
Right.
I know, you was a hog on that.
When I looked at this,
Yeah.
well, first of all, I went into this unbiased when I looked at the preview because I have some people at work, some gentlemen that always talk about, when this is coming out, how many times it had been pushed back.
Right.
It even had a different title name too.
Absolutely, it did have a different title.
It wasn't Siege before that.
When they watched this,
Patriots.
they were excited.
Right.
And I know you looked at the graphics a little bit, and you said, okay, it's not. It didn't look as next gen as you would like it to be.
The lighting is.
But what I saw
crazy.
was almost like a old school 35 millimeter grittiness to it, kind of like kind of like your 300.
Right.
A movie of that caliber, where it got an edge, and I liked it. What I saw from it,
it looked good. Watching the trailer right now, it looked clean. Lighting looks good, and you talking about everything could blow up. A bullet could go through anything. Bombs, they blowing up windows with debris all over the place. I mean, I think everything can't be the same when it comes to next gen.
No, it can't. But I like what they're doing too, man. As far as the terrorists versus the cops, the hostage rescue that they show you in this trailer, man. I think that's it's unique. It's kind of creative, and I'm always looking for innovation in new games being released. So I think that's going to be an element. I think it's going to be a big selling point.
Well,
especially
you got right here. You got one scenario is what you had here. You got a little taste. And the taste you got, it was like a nice piece of Portillo's chocolate cake. You're like, man, where's the rest of this?
Because supposedly they were saying it's different environments. Each team could pick different lead-ins on how they want to enter that environment, different setups. So it's going to be completely customizable when you actually play the game. Like you said, we just getting a little taste, a little nibble, a little bite.
And the other thing you touched on the key word. You said team. That's the other thing that I like about this when I look at it. Right. Is that it's teamwork. You're going to get destroyed if you go in there and you're not a team.
Yes.
And it's one of those games where you're going to go in sometimes on a day off when you have a day off and your regular crew is not there, and you're going to play with some guys, and some of the guys are going to be real good, and some of them are going to be gung-ho, and you're going to lose.
Me.
And you're going to quit. All right, let me go see if I can find another 5 guys because these 5 dudes are terrible. And
it looked like they bringing back a one-hit kill system too.
I'm looking at this, man. It's like everything is destructible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that you said me because for the listeners, Triggarik is my go-to multiplayer guy. I can't get the bench to spend more than 10 minutes on a multiplayer
I play too many games to be devoted to one multiplayer system.
Yeah, I don't understand that, man. But Trigger, he's been true. He ran that battle. Actually, he brought me into Bad Company and then ran Battlefield 3 with me. You know what I'm saying? And so I know already that me and Trigger are going to do some work on this Rainbow Six, man. I'm going to just mention one more thing before we move on to the next game. I can remember in Rainbow Six Vegas how beautiful the graphics were for at that time, and playing in those casinos, how the casinos were pretty.
I believe I remember watching that game over your shoulder. I think I remember that when you talked about the casinos and everything. I do remember peeking over your shoulder at this, like, what is this guy playing?
Yeah. And then the customization of your character. You could do anything for your character, man. Even your gun loadouts were great. So I'm hoping that they bring a lot of this back, man. So this is a game I'm looking forward to.
They've pushed it back almost 2.5 years from when they first announced it. So I would imagine they want to hopefully lay it out properly and make it worthwhile.
Do we got a release date yet?
Let me see if I can find one. I'll try to look for one, but I don't. Is it 2015?
Yeah, it might be February 2015.
Okay. We're seeing a lot of games pushed back. Does a lot of that have to do with just getting the quality right, or does a lot of it have to do with the programming and design and development for a new console?
It's a space. This fall is crowded. Separate yourself from everybody else. You don't want to take, especially with a game like this, you don't want to release around Call of Duty time.
I've been telling you guys since y'all was 3 years old, follow the money. Whether it was cutting grass, raking leaves.
And it's money, yeah.
Follow the money.
Right. Yeah.
So the money automatically in the equation. Yeah, you get a little bit of more polished time, and then you just don't want to overcrowd the market. You want your game to have that space and that room to shine.
But don't you think there's a built-in audience for this particular game, for Tom Clancy games, especially this one?
This built-in audience is the guys that can go out and buy the game, go out and buy the system,
right?
Driving their own car, pay their own rent or their own mortgage. Folks. They don't
call them grown folks.
They don't. Yeah, absolutely. They don't have to wait on moms or dad to take them to the store. Because this Tom Clancy Rainbow Six has been a franchise and people are waiting on it. And I'm talking about guys 35, 40, 45 years old. You know, the ones that started gaming with with Pong and Pitfall and stuff like that. You know, guys like myself, when gaming first came out, we were the ones who put it on the map.
So how long has it been since we've had a Rainbow Six game? Was it?
Well, they came out with Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I think that was the last one. That was the one
that bombed. It bombed in the idea that they didn't have a chance to succeed. It already came in at a loss.
Yeah, because you came in behind Call of Duty. You came in when Battlefield was hot. You came in. You already had your Halos, and you had so many other first-person shooters out there. And it wasn't anything that was new. It was Vegas 2. I had already been to Vegas once. Right. What are you really doing different? So, it kind of came in with 2 strikes up against it, man, and 3 outs. So the next game that's coming out was The Legend of Korra. And when I saw this game, the first thing that popped in my head was they better have the Avatar in here, the original Avatar, make an appearance in this video game.
Is he in the cartoon, The Legend of Korra cartoon?
No, I know his kid is in the cartoon.
You might not see him in this game then.
What are you talking about, Aang?
Yeah, Aang. Right, thank you. So, and this is a fighting game, man, so I thought that was pretty interesting.
A lot of the things that I'm seeing is a lot of cutscenes. I'm trying to find some footage on more of the gameplay.
Virtual yawn.
Right. Well, what do you think about the cartoon graphics that you see?
Just that style?
Yeah, that look just like the TV show.
You need it. You need it in this. You need it in this market. Just something different, and especially the fact that did they say what systems yet?
Yes, Xbox One, 360,
exactly.
PS4, 3, and the PC. Everything.
Yeah, it'd be good to have a game like this that's not on a Nintendo system.
You speaking with regards to the animation setup?
Yeah, just the tone of it, the theme of it.
Mm-hmm.
It look real flashy. See, I'm watching this trailer. At what point do we know what's the game?
Right, and see, if you're not reading,
what are we looking at that we're going to actually be moving the sticks for?
Right, what's the gameplay? And then we have to just keep our eye on this and come back to it, man. The next game that I saw that's coming out is called Lords of the Fallen. You guys check this one out yet?
I've heard that name and I've touched on it. Just briefly took a peek at it, but I'm not familiar with what we're looking at.
All right. Well, let's come back to it, man. I saw it. I want to do a little bit more research on this. But again, this is another knights against sword swinging. This isn't a genre again where it's medieval. That's the word I'm looking for. This is another medieval game, and it looks pretty cool, man. The graphics look great. I just think it's going to fall into that genre again. So we'll come back and touch on that a little bit more next week.
Well, quick question on it though. Who's making it? Have we got a name or who the publisher is?
Let me see if I can find that. I apologize. Yeah, Polish Studios.
And anything on what they've made recently?
Polish Studios.
It's a little bit RPG the way he's.
Yeah.
His sword.
Yeah, you get the numbers above the guys.
Sword without a W.
Yeah, it's it's definitely an action role playing game. They have made nothing. But here's their publishers though.
They might have been a renamed studio.
Yeah, Bandai Namco Games is who's publishing the game. So Bandai, of course, and Namco we all know about.
Yeah, just kind of looking at it, it's not getting my attention on it. It just seems very
Right.
The way the character moves, the third person, and
kind of lumpy.
Yeah, it reminds me of Dark. It's like trying to do what Dark Souls
It almost
did.
looks like Dark Souls. Absolutely.
And that's exactly what this article is saying. They're comparing it to Dark Souls, which again, you're going to be the knockoff version of Dark Souls, and that's a dangerous place to be because that's it's a very popular franchise.
Well, you don't want to drop that right now because the makers of Dark Souls are coming out with another game in a similar vein of Dark Souls. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh, they announced that at the PlayStation. Oh no, at the Xbox
right,
conference.
But they're doing it, and that's once you have a loyal following for that style of game, that smash my head against the wall because I can't beat the first level.
Right.
People love that, and you coming out with a third/fourth iteration like that one, huh?
Don't be taking my words, man. Don't be taking my words.
This might be one of them games that'll come out in the lull period for somebody who just specifically into that genre, that medieval genre. I feel like this is a game that just might mess around and just get skimmed over. So you might rent it and be like, story ain't that good. Control don't feel that tight.
To me, I'm looking at this. This would be one of those games where after they get a couple of reviews, you might want to get a taste of it on the rental.
Right.
Go from there. Spend the $3-4, rent it out, see what it's about.
Hey, I'm afraid for this game because I think this is one of those games that kind of gets that 6 and that 7, that 6.5 review.
It ain't AAA, but it ain't low level neither.
But you know why? What's going to hurt it is the fact that it's going to be heavily compared to Dark Souls, and that's going to knock down a couple of points. It might be a good game, but if you're not, on Dark Souls level, or even coming up close, you're going to get penalized for that. So,
yeah, looking at the guy doing the boss fight against the first warden, it's real slow, methodical.
Right.
He's kind of swinging in and out.
It's lumpy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You got a good point. Lumpy is the correct word.
It just feels lumpy.
It's real oatmeal. It's real cold oatmeal right now.
Right.
It looked like it could. I don't know. I need more glitz and glamour on it for my taste.
Right.
We'll see.
Right. So, and like I said, we already talked about that market being kind of crowded. That medieval, the dragons. It's a really crowded market right now. So, Jay, let's go ahead and take another break and then come back and get onto our topic of the week.
All right. Toe topic. All right. Yeah, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Topic of the week.
Yeah, baby.
What we got?
Topic of the week. I feel like we should be on like MTV. What was that? Wayne and Garth. Topic of the week.
Paula Patton is soon to be single. No? All right. Go ahead.
Hey, okay. So yeah, topic of the week, man. So I was chilling, playing video games, The Last of Us, of course, and my son interrupts me. Pops, come check this out. I was like, leave me alone. He was like, no, come check this out, right? So I was like, what? So I get up and go check out his computer, man, and I watch this dude who has on virtual glasses.
And a nut hugger.
And what?
Dude, his nuts literally look like they about to pop out his pants.
Can we say nuts on this show?
Yeah, we just did.
Yes. Hold on, we need to go to the people.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we did.
Nuts is valid. So I see this dude running on this treadmill, man, and I'm just watching him running on this treadmill back and forth, and now he's kind of spinning in a circle. And I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a treadmill. What is that? Anyway, the peripheral I'm talking about is called the Virtuix Omni. Did I say that right? If I didn't, I'm sure Triggarik could correct me. But basically, what this is they've taken
that's correct,
the Oculus Rift, right? And then they've stuck you on this treadmill-like thing, and it allows you to be actually inserted into games like Call of Duty, Battlefield. I've even seen them use Minecraft with this machine. To me, this is the next step of gaming. Now, you had Microsoft who tried to do the virtual room or whatever it was. It was kind of like a knockoff of the holodeck. I mean, but that's really hard to do because I didn't feel like with projecting this hologram across your room that you're going to really get a good feel for being in the environment. Now with this Oculus Rift coming out and your eyes are covered and you're in this 3D environment, I think this is the perfect peripheral. I think this is the next step as far as gaming, and I think it's right on time, man.
Look, man, you know what this is for? You go rent this for $250. You bring it to your son's. Listen, you bring it to your son's birthday party. They play on it for a couple hours. Everybody take a turn.
No,
I just don't. I
disagree with you.
How you gonna put this? This has got to go in somebody arcade, man. This can't go.
When I look at this,
household.
I'm looking at two things. First, I'm looking at expense. How expensive is this?
It looks real expensive.
That's the first.
Well, they've already sold 3,000 units, so somebody's buying it.
Somebody's buying it, so we need to research that. How much it costs? Second, I'm looking at this. I'm like, okay, if I'm a heavy set, extra large, overweight gamer, can I jump on this and shed some pounds? And maybe.
You know, Trigger, I think you bring up a point because that was the second thing that kind of hit my mind was what's the big kick?
$500.
Yeah, you have to move. You have to move when you're on
what's the big kick now? What's the big kick now with video games? They try to say
the interactive experience.
You're right,
That's
but hold
cool.
on. Let me finish. Let me sell this to you. All right, I got a vacuum too if you buy now. The big kick now, especially with President Obama, is getting our kids healthy. You know, they're trying to change the way we feed them in the school system. They try to get you to go outside and play. This is perfect for the fat video gamer that, like myself and Triggarik mentioned, who sit here and we spend 12 hours on Battlefield, on Call of Duty, on Halo, or whatever that's coming out.
The only way you can play this on a game like that is if everybody playing with the Omni.
Finish the vent. You're hating.
I got to chime in before I forget my thoughts.
I think you're hating because you're not a multiplayer game.
No, I'm not hating. I like it. It looked cool. I'm just bringing up the points that everybody else got.
I think the size of this machine, this thing can fit in the corner of your room. It's smaller than a treadmill. There's people right now with treadmills and exercise bikes still in a corner that they're not using. At least you know this is going to get used.
Any word on the technology behind it? I'm looking at, is it special shoes you got to wear with it?
Yeah, you do. There's special shoes that come with it. And you can see right there from the video how the guy's playing it, and you can see how smooth he's moving in this device and everything.
Yeah, I think you have to wear that harness so that you don't track out, so you don't fall off of the thing.
No, I think the part of the harness is for your body can be tracked as far as moving what direction you're going in.
The turn, the lean, the angle.
Right.
How do you run? Have you seen anybody run in this?
Yeah, you run just with the shoes. It's like running on the treadmill, except it's a slippery surface.
You know how when the Wii U came out, they had all them videos, fools busting themselves in the breaking the whole
I'm
living
looking
room
at this,
up.
and it
This is
sounds
not the
pretty cool.
Nintendo
But
pad. I remember the run
for the
pad or whatever it was.
$500, I might pay for this. I'll go to the store and buy a real nice Trek bike and take it outside.
Yeah, but you can't play your video games with it.
Nah, you can't. It looked cool though. I mean, now we had this conversation before about gimmicks and gadgets expensively in the living room.
Right.
$500.
I totally think this is not a gimmick. This is not a gadget. I'm saying it now. This comes out in September 14. To me, this is the next thing you're going to see in people's houses because it does some of the things that you can't do now in video games.
And how many units did you say they sold already?
They've sold 3,000 already. And that's before the final version has even been released. So those, we'll call them pre-orders. But on this article I'm reading, they said they've sold 3,000.
1,000 at $500 a piece.
Right.
$5 million.
You know, so just remember watching the more episodes of Star Trek, dude. And you had the team in the holodeck. This is it. This is where you can actually be immersed in the game. You know,
this is one of those that when I'm watching the person try it and play it, I'm like, oh, okay. I think this is one of those ones that I have to get in that harness, get on that treadmill-like device, put on those shoes, put on the Rift, and oh wow, you either fall in love with it or you like, okay, let's stop because I'm about to puke my guts. One of the two.
So let's think about we all just kind of pitch in real quick, like if we were the brainchild of this, and we was all scrambling trying to figure out who we could sell this to as developers. What kind of games do you see using this device?
Well, I just named them because if you look at the videos that they have for this on YouTube, they show him playing Call of Duty, Battlefield. They show him playing Minecraft, which isn't like the first-person shooters at all. So what are you hesitant about?
That's it. That's like,
is it limiting the game? I understand what Da Vinci's getting at. It may be limiting your game choices.
Okay, so let me
choices.
Let's switch into some of the other popular games like 2K14 or playing a quarterback as John Madden. You're gonna tell me you're not excited about using this particular device as peripheral?
If it would work that way, that would be beautiful. That you're the guy under center, taking the snap.
All right, now you're selling me a virtual quarterback.
Okay.
Now,
you don't get your vacuum because I done already moved on.
Right now we talking a virtual quarterback. Then we good.
If it's allowing you to do more things, other than just shooters or similar genres of games, absolutely. Then you want to look at it. If you're getting more choices, it's always about choices, always.
Or baseball. Could you imagine baseball, you taking that swing, the way you lean, you can lean in on the pitch, you can lean back.
The device would feel that and help you. Yeah, absolutely. That would be beautiful.
Now I see what's going on.
What that would do for you is, you almost living vicariously through your Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's cool. That'd be sweet, like a little, you got a baseball bat and it's got the gyroscope and all that stuff built into it, so we could see the way you holding that bat and your swing and all of that. I see this in the arcade though. I don't see it in too many homes. So
who goes? First of all, there are no arcades, so let's get rid of that. But you bring up a good point.
There are no arcades for you, buddy.
Yeah, well, they got penny arcades, but you make a good point though. How do we sell this? Like, for you, on the initial review, you say, it's not for me until I start mentioning some other games that you can get into. Don't you have to go somewhere and actually try this out to be sold?
And that's what I just said. I have to get in it. I have to feel it. I have to see what it's about. I have to see, okay, is this making me feel great or do I feel nauseous?
Put that bad boy in the Best Buy on display.
No. You drop that bad boy in GameStop. That's as simple as that.
Best Buy and GameStop are your top 2 video game sellers.
Yes.
Well, you're going to drop it at Best Buy because the people who go into Best Buy are the ones who actually have the credit cards and the checkbooks to write the check for it. So
I cannot believe y'all sit here dissing gamers like that, man.
It's not about dissing gamers.
It's not for people going to buy a washing machine, man. No. This is for gamers. You put this at GameStop. Y'all getting old.
Because GameStop don't
follow the money.
GameStop got fools already scraping and scratching to get systems. Best Buy, you got fools going in there, especially depending on the neighborhood, who got actual money. Like Triggarik said, with the nice little credit cards, they ready to swipe for they.
Listen, I don't think you're going to GameStop
and they're kids.
Exactly.
I don't think you're going to GameStop and they're pulling this off the shelf. I think you're going in there, you're trying it out, and it's being delivered to your home by UPS or FedEx. That's what I think. But I'm talking about getting it out into the world, letting gamers try it. I think GameStop is a better place. They got like 3,000 stores. Put one in every store.
GameStop is too small. You stick this in GameStop, you already taking up about 10 to 12% of their floor space.
Get rid of one of them bargain baskets.
Was that like
man.
a 6x6 space?
Yeah, you got to be putting that in it minimally 4x4, 5x5 space. That takes up too much. At Best Buy or Target, somewhere like that, you can have 3 of these things sitting right next to each other,
and you got to have the paperwork for somebody to get on it. Somebody got to sign that insurance.
Yeah, you got to sign it. You're not getting in there without signing a waiver, Cat. I'm
registering to try this out. That's too much.
Best Buy will tell you. Hey, but listen,
I think the other big seller for this is, so let's look at some of the things that made Wii popular, and then PlayStation 3 and then Xbox kind of jumped on. Wii came out because Wii was popular with the Wii Sports. Imagine using this thing to now do bowling and play tennis and whatever other games they had that came out with it. This, to me, it could be a console seller, man. I just
had a fear of, like, I bought a pool table for $100. Love playing pool, right? You go out, hang out with the people, play pool. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't played pool once since I had that pool table after the first week. My fear is
Is that what that is over there? I thought it was a folding table.
That's a buffet table now.
Yeah, books on.
See,
I thought that was a folding table.
That's my biggest fear is paying $500 for this. If they come completely creative, right, and I could convince my friends who come over when I play this, I ain't looking like an idiot playing this game.
Wait a minute. Are you kidding me? So now you're worried about how you look when you're playing this? You look like an idiot. You look an idiot anyway when you play video games. If they ever recorded your face while you playing a video game,
I could care less what I look like when I'm playing it.
I'm just saying. I don't want to be the only person using this for $500.
When I put the Rift on and I'm moving on this device, do I feel comfortable?
Right.
Do I feel nauseous?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do I have some vertigo? Or do I feel like, oh my goodness, this is sweet?
All of us have played sports. We all grew up playing sports. So moving your bodies for long periods of time is no problem for us. What this to me is, man, this is so perfect. I can come home and see my wife participating in the exercise video, you know what I'm saying, on TV using this machine. This gets rid of the Wii controllers and the problems Xbox had with their whatever it is,
and all that stuff.
This gets rid of it. Now, the question is how is the Oculus Rift going to work as far as being on your head? Is it going to be a tight fix? Is it going to be fit?
Well, they already said the Oculus Rift is light, comfortable. It's not distracting. It's not taking you out of that experience, that 3D experience. So that's not an issue. I just think it just boils down to software. If the software is good, then this is going to turn out nice.
You know, how do I feel in it physically, and how much software is available for me?
I'm going to come out right now and say this. I'm going to put it down right now. You can record this because we are recording. I think 1 million of these will be sold by March of next year. Without
1 million?
Question. 1 million.
Wow.
As the permanent temporary host of the Power Pellet podcast, I think we're ready to move on.
I think 1 million of these will be sold.
Legitimately, you are dead set.
I'm dead set. I think this is the future.
Honest with yourself.
This is what you just said. You said 1 million of these would be sold.
And how many have been sold right now?
1 million of these will be sold. They haven't even dropped it. Those are just
$500 million, dude. That's a lot of money.
Listen, you going from 300 people to...
No, he said
3,000.
3,000. Well, hey, give or take a couple thousand.
It's the Christmas season. There's nothing on the market that's like it. Ooh. You got the 3D headset. You already got games out there. He's showing you games that are already existing, so you don't need the software. He's already showing you Battlefield and Call of Duty. What else do you need? This is it.
You convinced him.
He's already showing you Migraine.
You already got a lot of parents who are going to be scraping to get the new stuff. And then on top of that,
parents, you're going to have rich parents buying this, but this is for pure gamers, man, who are tired of the same old experience of picking up the controller. This is something new. This is where they can get their virtual guns and get out and play, man. You'd be amazed at how many people just cosplay because they want to be part of the game.
Let's sell 1 million Oculus Rifts first, and then let's be concerned with.
That's the point. You don't think it's gonna sell? You don't
Not
think
1 million. Not 1 million.
Hey, you heard it here first, people. We're gonna move on. We're gonna take a break and come back.
Last point.
I'm done.
Last point. I'm not because how many systems did the Wii U sell? You can't even sell a $300 system.
The Wii U is. Oh, you almost had me dissing to the Wii.
And the Wii U
is not the greatest system. Let's just put it out there.
And the Wii U market is fueled by parents buying consoles for their kids. And now you want parents to go spend $500?
I just don't think it's going to be parents, man. Like I said, you're going to have people that like to exercise who bought the Wii because they could do the exercise program. This is perfect. You telling me I can get rid of my treadmill and then get something interactive like this?
If you say 250,000, then that's a little more believable.
What's funner? Actually running on the treadmill, staring at Maury Povich or Jerry Springer, or actually being in a virtual world, maybe even running from zombies or something like that. How amazing could that be?
I give you $100 for you to buy your own, and if you ain't using that bad boy 3 to 5 times a week, I want my money back.
You know what I'm curious?
I like that deal.
Right? Trigga's
I want a piece of that. I like them odds.
I'm using it every day.
5 to 1 odds.
Trigga, come here. We not gonna talk. We're not gonna listen to the bench. Come here. Let me talk to you.
5 to 1 odds. I want a piece of the bench. I want a piece of that. I got $50 on the 100.
Let me talk to you, Trigga. Imagine playing The Last of Us with this.
Hold on. Let me be quiet and close my eyes.
All right.
Okay,
and I gave you a virtual 2x4. Oh, come on, Trigga. Oh. Come on, man.
I need a virtual shiv, man.
I need a virtual shiv. Trick, I give you whatever you want. Just imagine coming up behind that fool at the dam. He bent down in his backpack. He looking for parts and all of that. And all your shiv.
Yep. That's the kind of game you need. A zombie game, a Left 4 Dead. And you got to run, or you can walk backwards because you got this. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to lose sight of the monster, so you walking backwards. You freaking out.
Yeah. It's one of those things, man. Like I said, I believe you got to set up 3 or 4 of them in Best Buys.
No,
I go in, I jump on it, and I say, you know what?
Right.
I like this. And if I got money in my pocket, or in a couple weeks I'm ready to go, I go back, I get one.
All right, so we all agree, 250,000 copies sold by March. I got a Kimbo Merc, $100 if he buy it. He got to use it 3 months in a row. 3 months in a row. For 3 to 5 times a week, documented for 30 minutes a day.
How many pounds I gotta lose?
We ain't talking about weight. I just want to see you on it.
That's not a diet. That's a new exercise program. And when your wife on there doing the exercise program, we get to come over and watch.
No, you don't. You know what? Go to the break. Go to the break. Right now.
We be back. We coming back. Power Pellet Podcast coming up. We gonna get you a little bit of previews coming up this weekend. We be right back. Pellet Podcast. This is your co-host, DaVinci 2 Nami, with your boy Kimbo Merc, and my temporary co-host for the week, Triggarik.
Yes, this is a Kimbo Merc, and welcome to NPR's
Smooth
Power Pellet Podcast. Here next week coming up, we're gonna have DaVinci. He's going to preview some of the movies that's coming out. DaVinci,
testing.
Go ahead,
1, 2.
Go ahead and take the lead.
Yeah, coming up this weekend, we got I'm super crazy turbo to the max excited new Transformers movie. It's already getting canned on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, it's getting
it's fantastical, baby.
It's fantastical. I can't wait. Now here's what's crazy, right? So Transformers coming out, and I was looking at that. Somebody put up a picture. It's 19% last time I checked on Rotten Tomatoes, but on IMDb it was 7.1.
You just throwing out stats. What does all this mean? 19% or what?
Yeah. So all right. So let me pull it up. It's 19%. So like if 100 people rated the movie, 19% of the people said it was fresh.
How can they rate it and the movie ain't been out yet?
You got people who reviewed the movie. The movie came out last week.
Them people don't count. They get paid. I don't listen to people who get paid.
That's the critics rating. That's what that percent comes from.
Last time I listened to a critic, man, I ended up dating no girl.
They get paid because they're smart. They are aware. They go to movies.
Right.
They love the movies, so they pay.
But don't you think critics don't get too caught up in their job sometimes, man?
Yes. And look, oh my God, average rating 3.6 out of 10. Reviews counted 60, so 51%. See, this don't make no sense. How does 51 out of 60 consider it rotten, but the average rating is 3.7, 3.6?
I don't know. You're doing math, and I was promised the
what is the top end of the rating?
100 or 10. It's a 100-point scale, but it's 10 out of 10.
I'm confused.
So 3.6 is on the low end. It's under 5.
Right. So wouldn't it be lower than that?
First of all, you are the worst person to ask about anything that has to do with Transformers.
That's
because
what I'm waiting on.
You already have a built-in bias.
Why is he the worst person?
He already has a built-in bias. He can't ask about it.
I admit it.
I'm sitting in the studio right now. If I turn around in the corner and
look behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Right. He all in your studio.
He in my stash of Transformers collectibles I got.
He got naked Transformers in there. Bumblebee ain't got no clothes on.
You can't comment on this because your
nope. And that's why I'm not upset.
Has no validity.
And that's why I'm not upset when I see a rating like that. Because for me, that's a genre that I like. That's a movie that I get into.
So what you got to do, you got to allow some other people to look at it and say, okay, what is it? How is it compared to the others? How is it as just a film? How is it as entertainment? We don't know. We'll find out in the next couple of days.
Yeah. Which wait, so right, 1, 2, 3, all three of us, right? We confirmed Saturday, 11 o'clock.
I'm not confirming anything. You did math. You did math, and I'm confused.
Man.
If I can't talk about sports on here, we can't do math.
Oh man.
No, I'm there, man. I'm there.
All right. But not look,
you know how I feel about 3D IMAX, man.
Oh no, I don't want to do 3D, dude. No, heck no.
Oh, that's the only way IMAX plays it, and IMAX got the best sound, man.
Then 2-1, you gotta vote it. We're not going to see 3D.
All right, so we'll go at the same time. We'll come out, meet, and then we'll talk about it. I'm not, dude. I'll go to see.
You sound like the worst date ever. We're gonna go, right?
I'll go to
you gonna buy your food.
You know I love
I'm
the
gonna buy my
IMAX.
food.
I'll go to the IMAX as long as it don't have that letter and that digit in front of it. If it doesn't have 3D on the end of it, I'll go in and sit down because I love the sound.
Yeah.
But I hate IMAX 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate fidgeting with the glasses. And then you know what? You get like 2 or 3 3D scenes. That's all you get.
It takes away from the experience. I don't want a piece of that. I'm like, okay.
I agree.
Plus, here's my take. I'm real big on the tech side. So this is the first movie shot with IMAX's new 3D technology for their films. And then supposedly like 90 minutes of the movie was completely shot with these cameras in mind. I just want to see what Michael Bay did with it.
Okay,
Plus, it's a great popcorn movie to me.
You might be selling me on a little bit if you're telling me they did something a little different because...
You know what, Triggarik? I could swear Da Vinci got a Michael Bay tattoo, man. I'm not going to be so, man.
Hey, if I did, at least I didn't get it erased like you did with that Sony tattoo. That tramp stamp you got that... I know it's still burned from them putting them lasers off on there 4 times a week. But nah, for real, look, Transformers: Age of Extinction, Transformers #1, #4 in the series. Supposedly a soft reboot. He don't want to call it a reboot.
I want to go see it, absolutely. But I'm like, do I want to see it in 3D?
Man, I'm gonna tell you what's throwing me off about this movie. Mark Wahlberg is just throwing me off, and they done already re-upped him for new movies. But Marky Mark is throwing me off, man. I'd rather have Shia LaBeouf back. Ooh. Marky Mark to me.
Listen, man. Stop.
I am a Shia fan. I think Shia has some hot chicks.
He's not
in this movie.
Mark
all I've seen is Marky Mark and his
Mark
abs.
For almost
I'm not
years. So. He's Mark Wahlberg.
Marky Mark.
I'd rather you call the man Dirk Diggler than Mark Wahlberg.
Next up, we had a brand new trailer for the new Teenage Mutant, not Aliens, Ninja Turtles. The trailer, it looked like Michael Bay had his hands all up in this one with the color and the action and the CG. To see how so in everybody's opinion, though, just forget about how the movie could turn out. How did the CGs so far for the Turtles look now that we got a real good look at it?
Oh, it looks beautiful. I watched the trailer and I was thoroughly impressed with the graphics of the Turtles.
I left this trailer feeling like this. This looked like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This is going to be one of those bad.
Oh my God! Whoa, you did not compare this to that.
I'm mad today.
Come on,
I'm mad right now.
How many years difference in films and technology? Come on, don't say that.
But you didn't answer the question. How did the Turtles look? Just
sleep out your eyes,
just not
man.
Just forget the story. We were just talking about just the way they look. How did they look?
All right, so let me give this a fair review. I enjoyed seeing the Turtles this time in the trailer. I've still got some apprehension about all the junk that they're wearing on their body just to make them look distinct and show their personality. I don't think it's necessary. People know who the Turtles are.
Some people.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
look.
You gotta be careful.
I'm so tired of these movies. Now you finna get me to rant. I'm so tired of these movies having to start at the beginning for these stories just to bring in this new fan base. If you don't know who the Turtles are now, ask the person sitting next to you when you get to the theater, man. You're ruining these movies for us, man. Don't you shush me.
What did I tell you almost 20 minutes ago?
Follow the money. But listen.
Thank you. Say it again, and then you're going to begin to understand one more time.
I'm sorry, though, man.
Follow the money is a mantra.
Man, stick to the origin story.
They're bringing in a new audience.
You got to woo side. We don't even know what the story is. Let's go and watch. We don't know.
Well, we do know what the story is. You got 4 turtles that came about in some ooze. Their daddy is a rat. The enemy is a dude named Shredder.
You know that because you were there for the original Turtles movies.
That's
all. So that's all the same.
Theater. You know that because you read the comic books.
Every single last thing you named off was in that trailer.
There are 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds,
I know it because this franchise has been out for over 20
years.
years.
Who the Turtles are?
So why do you feel so burnt by this? Why do you feel like...
I'm going to tell you what's upset me about this movie. The Turtles look stupid. Shredder looks stupid.
What?
And it's not... Yes. Shredder looks like a giant...
What do you want Shredder to walk around in junkyard outfit like he did in the second Turtle?
No, but I mean...
I don't understand what you looking at.
They tried to make their Turtles look original. They tried to make Shredder look original. And the Black Nerd said this, and all I did was agree.
And
all
now
they did was make them...
You looking for this movie to fail since the beginning because Michael Bay's name was on it, and it don't look like a 1980s cartoon.
No.
We've had this conversation.
No.
You looking at
goofy.
Why are you wearing that Slay Michael Bay T-shirt? We see that. I see that Slay Michael Bay on your T-shirt. Can we all just get along?
No.
Come on.
You guys gonna sit here and tell me that the Turtles look cool?
They
Can you
do.
say that
They
with
do.
a true?
They do.
They do.
They look badass.
In relation to how they look back in the 90s, they look very cool right now.
No, they do not. They look dorky. They're big. They look goofy.
We don't
They're
need,
like a bunch.
Everybody keeps saying, look.
Of course, they're big. They're mutants.
Good point.
Yeah, but they weren't giants in the original stories or any of the other iterations of the
We're not going back
Turtles.
to the original story, bro. We're going back. We kicking off a new story to bring
in
a new audience.
Man. Name me
I'm not
on
this one.
Name me. Okay, so Godzilla was too fat in Godzilla.
Come on, dude, you being silly now.
I'm not. That's a real question. Do people?
He's a giant lizard.
Oh wait, wait, what? What happened? He what?
He's a giant lizard.
Okay.
These are giant turtles.
They're mutant turtles. How come they can't be a little bit bigger than your average non-mutant turtle?
And in the scenes, look at the scenes just in the trailer. Look at the scenes in the trailer. They don't look that much bigger than the Foot Clan that they were fighting. Everybody keeps saying that they big because of the angle shots.
They look a little wider in the shoulder.
They wider. They absolutely wider.
Let me use a different word then. You know what they look like to me?
And don't say Incredible Hulk.
Okay, so then I won't say it. They look like Lou Ferrigno with a shell on their back. That's what they look like to me. They look. Let me finish.
Turtles are big.
I know this is your show, but I'm almost done. I'm gonna get off their back. They look bulky, and part of the reason that they look bulky is because they done stuck them with these clothes and all this crap on their back.
Donatello, the only one that looked bulky is Raphael. Man, and he looked like a brute.
Raphael got a skirt on. Donatello got broken glasses on with like a washing machine on his back.
So I don't understand. I don't understand if you. So okay, I'm gonna get you right now. In G.I. Joe, your biggest complaint about G.I. Joe was yes. Your biggest complaint was, don't none of the characters look like how they looked in a cartoon.
And I'm still complaining.
They was all distinctive. They was all da. So all of a sudden they trying to do something with the turtles where they stand out. They listen. You have to.
I'm gonna let you rant. Go ahead.
It's not a rant. You have to get out of your take on this. This movie, however much you want it to be for you, it ain't for me. It's for kids. We just so happen to be the ones taking them to go see it, and we remember what we liked about it.
Remember what you liked about the original Turtles movies. This is not the same thing.
Baby.
Y'all, that's it. Now let me say mine. All right, this is what I remember about the Turtles, and this is why I don't think you need to make them super bulky, and you don't need to put all this stuff on them. This is what the Turtles are. Donatello was purple. He's the intelligent one. Michelangelo was the young one, and he's orange. You knew who he was. Raphael was the hothead, and he was the strong one. And Leo was a balance of all those things. He was the leader, and he was blue. That was all the distinctness you needed for each of your turtles. You don't have to go and lump stuff onto something that people already know about. We already know who they are. Their colors separated them, and their personality separated them.
A new audience does not know who they are.
How do you not know who the Turtles are unless you was born yesterday?
Because if you were born 10 years ago, you don't know who the Turtles were. If you were born 15 years ago, you only scratched the surface on the Turtles. They just it was only 3 years ago they came out with the 2-3 years ago they came out with the new cartoon on Cartoon Network.
Man, they rebooted this cartoon for every generation. They know who the Turtles are.
So do we complain about Batman when he got different outfits?
Man, but Batman's not a big leap in his outfits. There just aren't. He's the Dark Knight. There's not a big change.
All
He's gonna have on the mask with the ears.
All you seeing here is all you seeing with these turtles and these new outfits are more expression of distinct personalities.
I'm looking at Michelangelo. I'm looking at Mike, right? So he wearing a hoodie. Look, you got to remember, first off, because they look so humanoid, they got to put some type of clothing on them. They have to, right?
And I'm not even talking about the human noses they got on a doggone turtle. Oh, my gosh.
Dude, turtles have noses with holes in them in the front. I don't understand why people don't want these things to breathe. Like, we're getting too technical about this. We really are. We get
trying to make it too human.
Look, Triggarik looking at the picture with me, right? What Mike wearing?
I'm looking at
some
clothes.
A little bit of knee pads. He got a hoodie on to cover his crotch, and he got the straps that normally go around the shell. Personality, some beads and glasses. I don't know what's going on, bro.
That's it. You have a more outward expression of distinct personality of each turtle. That's what you looking at right there.
I feel like, look, Leo Slim, baby. He got a little samurai outfit on, little NYC tag. He minimal. Donatello, he a nerd. He a tech geek. We don't know what the backpack on his back doing.
It's a battery pack for something, more than likely.
Got some goggles,
some night vision goggles.
Yeah, with some glasses, baby. It ain't
Goofy. Look at my camera. These are the turtles.
And he
you
naked.
See that?
And he naked.
Well, it's a 9-year-old turtle.
You showing us flip that turtle over. Flip that turtle over, and I guarantee you, on the foot of that turtle that you have.
Look how simple that is. Look how defined he is. He looks muscular. He doesn't look like
he came from a cartoon.
On the foot of that turtle you have in your hand, if you flip it over, it probably has 1992 stamped on it.
I'll flip it over for you. Now
look. Here's the last point, and we're going to get out of this. Look,
we'll leave it alone.
We'll leave it alone. Look, in my opinion, I'm okay with the turtles. A lot of people upset with the turtles. So in the end, we all need to meet in the middle. Let's watch the movie first.
Did he just kumbaya the turtles?
We did. Let's watch because everybody loved the turtles. We all get that point. Let's watch the movies first. The movie got what looked like will be good humor from the turtles at the right time. Action, we know it's going to have tons of action. I think Shredder looks amazing. You don't like the way Shredder looks. That's okay. Let's figure out how he gets to that point. Because in the trailer, he said, we're going to make your suit better than what it is. We see Michael Fichtner talking to what looks like the original Oroku Saki. So let's slow it down. Let's breathe.
We're back to our NPR voices?
We are.
Okay, then I'll talk in my NPR voice. Jay, here's my only concern. I'm worried about the way the turtles look and the way Shredder look being a distraction.
Okay.
A distraction?
Okay. As a temporary, permanent host, we're going to move on.
Keep going.
We're going to start talking about the next movie.
Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there. The new trailer's out. Go check it out. Don't be distracted by the way they look. What you got next, Jay?
That for the previews right now, that's it. Other movies coming up. I know Planet of the Apes getting ready to come out.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, we got a couple weeks for that, so we'll let that breathe. They did release the final trailer though, which does look really, really good.
Simply amazing, man.
Looks
beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Intelligent movie.
It looks
real
beautiful.
good.
It looks like that everyone who goes to see it of a certain age, of course,
right?
You can get into the story. You're going to enjoy yourself. And it might make you think a little bit. Sometimes that's not what you're looking for in a summer blockbuster, but this might be the movie that you take your lady to see, and she's like, I really enjoyed that.
Yep.
As opposed to going to see some of the other stuff in the summertime, she's like, why did you take me to that?
Was that a Michael Bay movie? The next trailer, I took a shot at your boy. Slay Bay.
I'm a little bayed out, I'll admit.
Yeah. The next one, man, something that's come out in 2015, man, which is I'm not gonna call it a reboot, but it's a redo, and that's just kind of a knock on Hollywood, man. There's a lot of original material out there, Hollywood. Y'all need to go do a little bit better than dumpster diving. Mad Max Fury Road is coming out. Have you guys seen the pictures for this?
Nah.
The new Mad Max. I'm gonna tell you who's in it.
I know they're supposed to be coming out with a game, but I didn't know they were doing a movie.
Yeah. Charlize Theron is in it, and your boy Tom Hardy, who played Bane, is in this.
I can't look. Tom Hardy wearing too much stuff. What is all this distraction clothing he wearing?
I know you're not talking about that.
He got some type of little belt around his knee pad, around his thigh, and he got some little over-the-shoulder harness, look like it carry a grenade. Charlize Theron on her arm. She got all kind of little gimmicks. She ain't even got an arm. She missing an arm. She got goggles. What? I'll just mess with you. Nah, right. Look, I don't remember Mad Max, so this will be fresh.
That's because you're young, but
yeah,
I know
the original Mad Max.
I remember it. I just don't remember.
The original Mad Max was
I know about the
sort of a cult classic, and it was one of those movies that for our age group, you had to be introduced to it a little bit later than when it originally came out in theaters.
I kind of agree.
It was it was like Jaws, where it came out, and then you really didn't hear about Jaws till you was a little bit older, you know, 12, 13 years old, and all of a sudden you like, man, I'm not going in the pool. I don't want to take a bath. None of that. So
I brush my teeth. It's sharks in the toothpaste.
Right. The original Mad Max, once you were introduced to it, you're like, okay, this is very interesting. And then you had Road Warrior, the second one.
Now, was Thunderdome Mad Max? That was Mad Max.
Yeah,
right?
that was Mad Max. What you see in here is a reboot, which is if it's done right, you got two excellent actors, in my opinion. One of them an Oscar winner, and the other one, I think Tom Hardy was nominated. You got to give it a chance, you know, see what they're trying to do with it.
And Tom Hardy has range, man. He's a very good actor.
Absolutely has range.
Yeah. He what's the movie about the dreams? He was with Leonardo DiCaprio. He played in that. Yeah, Inception. So he played in Inception. He played in the other movie with Shia LaBeouf where they were gangsters. You know, so he got some range, man. The next movie that's coming out that I'm gonna take my son to see, man, and I think this is gonna be your feel good movie of the year. That's Earth to Echo.
What's the release date on that one?
The 2nd. It comes out.
Is that the movie with Matthew McConaughey?
No.
This to me is this generation's E.T.
Yeah.
Yeah. E.T. meets Short Circuit in a way. And you got to remember how big those movies were back then, back in the 80s. So Earth to Echo, we got, you know, man, I'm so cynical, so I might as well say it. So I looked at the cast, right? And man, this is your typical Hollywood cast. You got 2 young white dudes. You got your 1 white girl. Name who the 4th person is.
Oh, the cliche black kid.
There you go.
Well, as long as he don't die, I'm cool with it.
But I think this is going to be a good movie. Kids don't care about that when they go and see these movies. That's a problem adults have, man. But it looks fun. I'm actually going to take him for his birthday. So
didn't we already have like the new generation of E.T. with that other J.J. Abrams film that came out?
Are you talking about 8mm?
No, it's something close to that title where the kids and they shooting the movie and they find this alien and they try to protect them.
No, because that alien was violent. E.T. was never violent. He was cool, trying to get home. I think he go. What you say? Eminem was it M&M's or Reese's? Reese's. Right, and then you had a girl in there too. Babe, who's the chick I got a crush on? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She was real cute.
Oh,
back
Drew
then.
Barrymore.
Yeah, she was cute back then. I can say that because I was the same age.
You weren't looking at her back then, talking about
she was real cute. I was the same age. She was cute to me back then.
I feel dirty all of a sudden.
Right, I do. I do feel a little bit.
All right, so moving on. Every week we like to talk about topics that just kind of really just don't make us feel right, whether it's, you know, about movies or video games. And in that section, this is personally, I think, Akimbo Merc's favorite section of the show.
I feel like we did this already.
Well, we're gonna formally get into the rant.
Did you go to the break?
Nah, we don't. Keep going, man. Just roll, baby. We in beta.
You be throwing me off, man. Last time I'm a rant about not going to a break. Let me see, man. What I got to rant about, man? Let me see. Oh yeah, how about sticking it to the gamer? Oh my God.
Sorta.
Okay, so no, they stuck it to gamers, folks, and this is what I'm mad about this week. other than Michael Bay and the Big Old Turtles. Yeah, that was another shot at you. And Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm mad this week about pre-orders and being burned by them. So if you haven't heard, Last of Us is coming to the PlayStation 4, right? So they announced this a couple months back, maybe even further than that. And they allowed you to go out on the PlayStation Network and pre-order this game. And I think it was pre-ordered at $50 if I'm not mistaken. Now they did a price drop. But guess what? If you pre-ordered it, you don't get your money back.
Then you are.
No, you will get your money back. That was announced.
Excuse me, this is my rant. I'm ranting. You can correct me when I'm doing.
This is rant correction.
Before they made this, don't be rant correction. You know what, Trigga?
Slave Bay.
Thank you.
Okay, we got him off his square.
No, but before they announced that, man, the rumor, not the rumor, Sony was going around saying, nah, you wasn't getting your money back. So maybe after enough people griped, you know what I'm saying, maybe they're going to get refunds now. But they weren't giving the refund before. So
if they changed the price before they released it?
Yes, they weren't going to give people back their $10. They did the price drop and told you had to eat it.
On what, though?
Yeah.
On The Last of Us.
On The Last of Us pre-order, that wasn't going to work out, man. Sony knew that going in. $10 times X amount of people, bro. Do you know what type of class action lawsuit would have came over the top?
Right.
It could have been a single lawyer straight out of law school who could have prosecuted that case and made himself a couple $1 billion.
You know, to jump on a bandwagon about this rant, though, you know what? Thinking about this now, though, you know what I don't like? We saw all these trailers for E3, right? All these different games for E3, and after every single game that we saw at E3 that had a trailer, it was pre-order. You want me to pre-order a game 8 months in advance that might not come out or that might get delayed another 6 months. So now I'm sitting on the pre-order. If I order through PlayStation, through the PSN network, I've paid upfront $60 for a game that
first of all,
might be coming out for a year.
I can agree with what you're saying with regards to the wait time and paying for it early. But again, my mantra, follow the money. Gamers, if you out there and you smart, man, buy the hard disk so you have something to trade in. You get your little money back. I don't care how easy they want to make it for you to download it right to your system. You don't have to go to the store or wait for it to come. UPS, USPS, FedEx. Get a hard copy so you have something to trade in. If you're getting $5 or $10 back, that's $5 or $10 in your own pocket toward the next game. Be smart. Get the hard copy.
I agree with you, Trigga. And you know what? And since we're talking about pre-orders, man, I think pre-orders now is just – they shouldn't even call it pre-orders no more. They should call it getting over. Because now all of a sudden, content that you should have put in the game, you're making exclusive if I give you my money early. You're cheating. That's cheating. It goes back to you taking a game, and we talked about this in previous shows, and chopping it up and selling it because – you know you can get more for the pieces than you can get for the whole product. Man.
You get a pre-order, special pre-order at Best Buy. You go to Walmart, it's this one. You go to Target, it's this one. GameStop, it's this one. And then in a month, they release a package.
Doing on a pre-order, they might be giving Best Buy a certain map and a weapon or a vehicle. They giving Walmart a certain map, a weapon/vehicle. That's to me, that's really not. Basically, you go look at all the pre-orders, see what you might want. If you're gonna buy the game anyway, pick one and take it and run off with it. That don't bother me.
Let me ask you a question. Is pre-ordering, other than these gimmicks that they got coming with it, is pre-ordering even necessary now? Pre-ordering was originally
nowadays no.
Right, because originally it was designed so that you made sure you got your copy when the game was released. When's the last time you've heard of a shortage of a game being released?
There didn't used to be so much fluff attached to the pre-order. It used to just be drop your $5. Right. Come get it because we'll have your copy.
Yeah. Well, what's happening? Pre-order the Madden. Make sure you had the copy.
What's
of the
happening
Madden,
now is
all of that.
So many retailers are selling the games. I mean, if you're looking for a game and everybody done bought it out somewhere and you really snoozing, you could walk over to Sears and buy a game because nobody knows that Sears sells video games.
Yep. So Kmart. Well, it's too many places.
They're out there
for you to worry about pre-ordering a game unless man. And I'm thinking like they got me.
Fluff.
Unless you want that pre-order bonus.
That's fluff. Man, it's funny you mentioned that, Rick. I can remember back when Nintendo dropped something. I think it was one of the Marios that we were looking for it and nobody had it, but Sears had it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We rolled over and picked it up because nobody really knew Sears was selling games, like that.
Didn't JCPenney's used to sell games?
Yeah. Was it Penny's? It was either JCPenney's or Sears. I think it was Sears who had
just
this.
A lot of sleeper stores you could go and get games at.
You could walk in Sears and buy buy the hardware. You can walk in Sears and buy Xbox One, a PS4, because nobody thinks, Sears. They thinking hardware, clothes, lawnmowers. Yeah, walk in there. There it is, sitting right on the shelf. They got 12 for each one of them. So.
Right. Yeah. So that's my rant, man. Just that burn with pre-orders. You guys said they fixed it, so I will kind of give them credit for it, but I hate the fact that it was even an issue to begin with, man.
You got a rant, Triggarik? Anything?
Man, I got a rant. I'm going to break my rant.
Look at the time. I need a break.
Take a break, huh? Take a break and turn the volume up. I don't care what you're doing in the washroom. You can hit this rant. First, let me rant on EA. EA, you're going to come out and you're going to tell us, we knew we made a mistake. We put the game out too early, Battlefield 4, and it wasn't ready. We didn't have enough servers. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. And now it's flawed from day one, dropping it on PS4. Well, guess what? I did a little homework, EA. You said the exact same thing about Bad Company 2. You said the exact same thing about Battlefield 3, because it did happen on both of those. When we try to go to the multiplayer, I've spent my $60. I don't even want to play your story on Battlefield because that don't really interest me, in particular, because I know that the multiplayer is going to be high tech. But I feel like the multiplayer is going to be high tech because what I know now coming out of your manufacturing of your product is what? There's not enough servers, not enough bandwidth, not enough this, not enough that. I'm crashing. I can't sign on. I jump in a match. Half the players jump out because we can't stay in it together. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man. He preaching to the choir right now, man.
You need to do what a lot of other manufacturers of other products do. They rather have too much than too little. I'd rather have 1,000 servers and only have to use 500 of them and make my people happy than have 250 of them and need 500. That's stupid to me.
So let me ask you this, Rick, because I agree with everything you just said, and I appreciate you digging through their closet like that and pulling all them skeletons out.
I read it. The message was worded slightly different for all 4 games, but it was the same message.
Same, right.
The same. Right. We sorry. We thought we would be ready, but we weren't ready. Fix that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I loved Bad Company 2. We played it. I loved Battlefield 3. We played it, but they both were flawed. Guess what? I did not, have not, and will not buy Battlefield 4.
Ooh.
I will not. Fired. I will not buy Hardline unless one of the European reviewers that I trust in, because American reviewers I don't trust them. They might be getting paid. One of the European reviewers that I go to for a little bit more confidence, unless they give it a 9.5 or higher, and they say, man, run out and buy this because it's ready day one, I'm not buying Hardline. And I miss playing Battlefield 3.
Y'all know I wasn't getting Hardline.
You don't even play multiplayer games. We need you to be over there.
Okay. That's rant number one. Any questions on that one?
Well, I did have a question on that, man. Not a question, but more of a comment to add on to that. Why does this keep happening, man? If you've gone back and you've seen all these skeletons in their closet, let me say this. Why does it keep happening? Are the gamers part of the blame?
The gamers are facilitating it. Follow the money.
You.
If I can bring a flawed product to market and still hit my sales projection, why do I care?
And that's exactly it.
I can bring it to market as soon as I think it needs to hit market to grab the audience that I need in the window that I need to grab that audience, and then fix it later. Why do I care?
Isn't that what they did with this Battlefield 4? They wanted to compete with Call of Duty Ghosts, and they threw this crap onto the market knowing it wasn't ready, just so they can sell units.
But what's happening is, hopefully, your consumer, your gamer is getting smarter. Social media is opening up to everybody, And now you're getting guys just saying, hey, we're not doing this.
But server issues is hard because you don't know until you actually buy the game and get onto the servers that they're having problems, right? Isn't that something that's kind of hard to detect early?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, well, talk to me.
Dude, you know how much money these companies have to spend just on like you said, the numbers. They know how many people play their games. They know how many people play on what system. They pay people to know this information well in advance. I think this is just it's not even a miscalculation. It's a nonchalant. It's an egotistical. It's a my chest puffed out. We know let us handle this. We know what we doing type of mentality.
So this is more EA and not DICE. This is more
absolutely EA.
It's EA.
It's
because
always
EA
been
has
EA.
the shareholders, and EA is saying to the gamers, "Y'all suckers. We know you're gonna buy this stuff." The only game that EA really, really leans on heavily to make sure that it's ready day one to go is Madden.
And because football is king.
Because football is king. You can't mess with football. Why? Because Madden also has the NFL's label on it.
Never had a problem with, as far as I can remember, playing online with Madden. Outside of bandwidth issues. I'm talking earlier, you're playing with somebody who's laggy. You've never had a problem finding a match on Madden.
Yeah, that's about as bad as it's ever gotten from Madden was a little lag, and you're gonna have that with any online game for whatever reason. So many things that goes into that. But let me hit a second rant, Rick. You hot, baby. You hot as fire. Let's go. Take that.
Second rant is about little brothers.
Won't stop. Can't stop. Wait a minute. Hold on. You might need to stop, dog.
No,
hold on.
Second rant is about little brothers. And all I'm going to say about little brothers, man, is...
Hold on. Can't stop. Won't stop. Hold on.
If you come up on a deal and you know I might like it, pick me up one. I'll pay for it, man.
What am I missing out on? What happened that I don't know about?
What did you do, Vince? What did you do?
I like hog maws. I like pig feet. I like collard greens.
I'm missing out on something that took place that I
if you get yourself a 15-foot USB cable for $3, and you know I got a PS4 remote control that need to be recharged from a distance.
Hey, watch this, Akimbo. Watch this, Akimbo, Merc. Watch this. You want that cord I got downstairs, man? That's in my drawer. I can pass it to you because I'm only one person. I only charge one controller at a time.
Don't take his hand-me-downs, man.
You got two?
I got two controllers.
I'm taking it.
I can see. Look, problem solved. Problem solved right here on Power Pellet Podcast.
You might go to a restaurant. you might say, I'm like, man, do Trigger want one of these? Just call me. Send me a hey, baby, you want one? Yeah, I want one.
Right. I would never do that to you, Trigger.
That's because he don't buy $15 cables for himself.
No, you don't. Well, we ain't gonna talk. That's my next rant.
That's my next rant.
My next rant is about GTA.
Hey, he get 3 rants, dog. He's temporary.
I'm done.
Guest.
He get
one.
one per host.
Yeah.
Mine was simple. I fixed that problem.
Listen. Wow. Trade it in, man.
You say let it go.
Let it go.
Talking to the mic. Get to the mic, Trigger.
Let it go. Trade it in, let it go.
Make sure they can hear you.
Trade it in, let it go. Wait,
you clinching so hard on that game.
Trade-in bonus, because you bought a hard copy, the very next trade-in bonus,
he will not
trade
let it
in.
I will drop the mic and leave this show right now.
This is like group therapy.
I'm done ranting. For 3 weeks, that's what's in your system, Merc?
GTA.
I'm still rocking that GTA, you know. And then the next week, I'm ranting on GTA. Then what's in your system? I'm still rocking that GTA. Then the next week, I'm ranting. Where the heist? Where this? Yeah, trade it in.
What we like to do on Power Pellet Podcast is take a breather. And in that breather, we call it the cool down.
I need one. I need one.
Trade it in.
I need one. I need
Slay
one,
Bay,
man.
trade it in.
Lead us on the cool down, Merc. What you got for us? Woo-sa.
I just want to say it's been a joy having my brother on the show, man. This is one of the funnest shows that I've done since we started this, man. So I really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to cool down by saying GTA dropped an expansion pack this week. It's called... I'm not a hipster, and they got another one coming out for Independence Day. But
on that left cheek was Sony, and on that right cheek is Rockstar.
They got me, dog.
Man,
I'm all twisted in the game,
we're gonna have to
boo.
do an intervention.
No, but
Bread,
the coolest thing, man.
Up too.
The coolest thing happened over this past week, man, and I was really excited when I read it, man. They've decided to build a Star Wars museum in Chicago, and it's going to open in 2018. Now, if you've ever been to Chicago and been down to the museum campuses, you know this is the perfect place for it, man. Chicago, we're not an overbearing city. We're real laid back. We're not funny like New York. You know what I'm saying? We're not goofy like LA. Yeah, I'm taking shots at y'all. Get at me. But I just felt like this is where Star Wars belong. You know what I'm saying? To be a lifetime Star Wars fan, I could take my kids down to the lake, let them see R2-D2, Chewbacca, the Millennium Falcon, and whatever else George Lucas has done to make my life so great and the lives of many others, man. So I'm touched. 2018, Star Wars Museum, opening in Chicago. I'm cool, baby.
He touched. How you touched by George Lucas like you know the brother?
Lord, George Lucas.
Let me tell you why George Lucas put this museum in the city of Chicago.
This is a cool down, sir.
I know I'm cooling down. I'm not ranting. I'm just giving you some knowledge. George Lucas' wife is a big time money/power broker in the city of Chicago who ties to Mayor Emmanuel. And he genuinely loves his wife. They got married late in life, and he really loves her. That's why the museum is in Chicago, bro. Because he's going to be building his home campus here in Chicago, and he want to keep an eye on things.
And you know what's crazy too is I saw Mayor Emanuel took a trip to Southern California, so I wonder if he was kind of out there at that same time
at the ranch.
It wasn't specifically the ranch. I mean, he was kind of making the rounds. He was on a couple TV shows and stuff like that. So I'm sure at some point he had to be out there talking about, at least being happy to hear that, you got this big, huge tourist spot that's, I'm sure, going to be near the Magnificent Mile.
I don't think he's saying it's going to be on the campus, the museum campus. If I'm not mistaken, the museum campus has the Field Museum, the Shed Aquarium, Soldier Field right around the corner.
Yep.
And
that's huge for Chicago. Wow.
Science and Industry.
Yeah, Science and Industry is not too far away. I think it's like a quarter mile away.
Man, you know how many people that's gonna bring in every year for the tourist crowd? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think it's real cool too, man. I'm excited because I ain't gotta fly somewhere to go see it. I can go see it whenever I want to, man. Again, I'm touched. What you got, Jay? Cool us down.
For the cool down, you know what? You know me, I don't really rant much. I'm usually an easygoing kind of guy. I'm just
you ran it today, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just excited, man. I think so far there's been a decent summer for movies and video games. We had a really good E3, man. Peace, love, and gaming, baby.
Yeah.
Get your thumb exercises in daily, at least 5 hours a week. If you married. If not, then you need to be killing it. And you know what?
Get your wife a system. Go ahead.
I'm gonna get that weed, baby. Man, I want to encourage y'all to sign up to Raptor. I think Merc, you already signed up for Raptor. Just to get everything linked up. It's cool for gamers to be able to show other gamers that we playing, and you might see somebody playing the game that you weren't fond of because they just not
Raptor.
Online. Yeah,
I had to think about it. I did sign up, man, because I was playing Civilization on the PC.
Link your accounts. It's real easy to link the accounts. I think Raptor it's just another way for gamers to come together and just see what everybody else playing and see how much time and effort they put into their favorite video games. So I mean, I really ain't got too much else for the rap down. We
Nerd.
Yeah,
I'm
nerd.
sorry.
Yep. Nerd.
The rap down
For the cool down. I apologize.
Is it gonna be hip hop?
I apologize. I apologize.
It was gonna be a freestyle after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been episode number 9 of Power Pellet Podcast. I want to thank our temporary co-host of the week.
He ain't coming back.
Triggarik. Just want to thank you for joining the podcast.
Too good for this show, baby.
Oh, see.
We usually like to just say where people can reach us. Triggarik, you're more than welcome if you want to.
You can reach Triggarik Twitter, Triggarik23 Twitter. That's about it. Special guest co-host on Power Pellet Podcast. One of their biggest fans. Very sweet for them to do it.
You got a gamer tag. Gamer tag, they can reach you.
Triggarik on Xbox, Triggarik on PS4.
Go ahead and spell it for him.
Triggarik. Triggarik. That's how it's pronounced. Not Triggarik, young people. Triggarik.
Oh, yeah. I am your co-host, DaVinci. You can catch me on Twitter, DaVinci2Nami. You can also catch our official Twitter link. I'm going to have to redo that or something. Man, that came out funny. Help me out, Merc, man. That came out. I usually got that. That came out bad.
Just do a search for Power Pellet Podcast. We are on Twitter. We are on YouTube. And we are on Facebook where DaVinci is not. So go ahead and check us out. We are also on Podomatic. And like I promised, we are now on Stitcher. Yes. Woo! Stitcher. Check us out. You can find the latest episodes on Stitcher. We will be there. This episode will be up in the next couple of days, which does not matter because you're listening to it now. But that's really it. This episode was brought to you by the letter B for Michael Bay and the number 4 for Transformers being rebooted, for the number of turtles that are oversized. That's it.
Real quick, too. We still looking for a female co-host, an official female gamer co-host, somebody to just kind of round it out for us, give us a completely different perspective, somebody that plays video games on the regular, multi-systems, multi-genre games, well-versed in the industry.
All you have to do is email powerpelletpodcast@gmail.com. Please get in contact with us as soon as possible, or we will put Triggarik in a dress. Just, you don't want that. So
looking forward to Transformers. Any last words?
Baby. Still beautiful.
any last words before we go? I think that's all I got.
Yeah, no, that's all I got. Turtles are too big.
Oh man.
What?
On that note, y'all know the outro theme song
and the Funky Bunch.
This your co-host DaVinci. I'm transforming and rolling now.
Free Shia. Free Shia.